the most difficult things to make in the game is the Alchemy Tower, and for good reason. There are a lot of components in the Alchemy Tower that, at first blush, you kind of think to yourself, well, what the heck, are you kidding me? I mean, if you take a look at it here, okay, large stones, small stones, timber, wood logs, straws, metal oven. Hey, these are all things that I've found or are easily attainable. But no big deal, right? Well, except where do you get carved wood? Forbidden scrolls? Cursed wood? Dark soul shards? Even cauldrons? I mean, where do you get these things? Where's the alchemy book? I don't even know where to begin. Well, let me take you through each one of those steps right now. Just for completeness, I want to start with large stones, small stones, timber, and wood logs. Now, this should be fairly obvious. In the beginning area, when you first start the game, you're going to be finding places to mine, which will get you your large stones and your small stones just by mining pretty much anything. So these should be very easy to find in large amounts. Your wood logs, you get those by chopping trees. Just about any tree that you chop, you're going to get wood logs. Timber, just so you are aware, can be gotten either at, pretty much any workshop, whether the basic workshop or the advanced workshop. And just for completeness, it's right here under materials, and there's your timber. As for the straws themselves, as we see, we've got the straws here. You'll find these pretty much scattered everywhere. They're very common, and they basically just look like, bundles of yellow straw. It's really easy to find them, and so I'm not going to really go into detail as to where they are, but just for completeness, it looks like this. Let's start with one of the easiest things, and that would be the cauldron and the metal oven. Now, that would be here in the blacksmith. You can make both of them just by going to the props for the cauldron, and you make it with iron ingots and coal. And the other is the metal oven, and you need steel plates and steel ingots. Fairly easy to make these things, but it's not real easy to find these things out in the world. It's much easier just to construct the blacksmith and get them here. Carved wood is also very difficult to find out in the main world, and so you're more likely to be able to find enough carved wood by making the art station right here. And once you click on the art station, the carved wood is literally the first thing that you can make. Bear in mind you make 2 of these at a shot, so you don't need to make too many of these. If you're wondering where the cursed wood is actually these. Every time you find a cross found anywhere in the world, I mean, there's no particular spots that they can be found. They tend to be scattered about the lands. Of course, in the initial, this particular cross here is in the beginning area, and this always spawns here. But most other places in the different areas, they tend to be randomly placed. And you want to take these. Now, a lot of people get a little offended when they see a cross is considered cursed wood. For those who are sensitive to that kind of thing, don't worry. The developers didn't mean for the cross to be cursed wood. It's the fact that you're technically desecrating a gravesite when you take these. And so therefore that wood becomes cursed because you desecrated a gravesite. So don't be offended to that. But there is your cursed wood. As you can see, seriously, you actually took that. It's to mean that yes, you have just technically desecrated a grave. But if you intend to make the Alchemy Tower, you need to take the crosses. Now, the Dark Soul Shard and the Forbidden Scroll is both a very tricky items to get a hold of. And so I will go ahead and walk you step by step through that process here. As you can see, I am at the balloon in Kitsune's Den. I will go ahead and take us now to the Dragon's Cave, because the Dragon's Cave is where both of those items are. Now, for the purposes of this tutorial here, I have actually cleared the way of all enemies, so I won't be encountering anything. I've also cleared the boards that were boarding up the Dragon Cave here. So just bear in mind that for your purposes, you're going to have to fight your way through a lot of draconids and those little like mutant rat things. Now, as you can see, for the first part of this is pretty much a straightforward straight shot. You're just walking until you get to this T intersection here. If for the Dark Shard, we take a left and we come through here. We turn up this way and we spiral around, and this is the Dark Shard right here. And you will need a pickaxe to be able to start mining it, and you just have to start banging on it, and you eventually chip it straight off. Now, I'm not going to sit here and do that because I don't want this section to take too long. But once you grab that Dark Shard, you're going to go back this way. Now, this is the tunnel that you came in and entered through. You're going to continue down to the right from that particular tunnel, and you're going to go a little ways until you get to another fork in the road here. Now, up that way is the Evil Spirit Dual Katana, but down this way is where you want to go. You're going to need to come down this little path here, past those spikes, and through this tunnel until you get to this little jog right here. It looks a little funny, but this is just a section of the cave. You still can only go one direction, so you keep on going down until you get to this little archway here with these cool little death angels, and what you're looking for is right here. This table right at the bottom, right before you get to the final treasure room. You want the Forbidden Scroll right there. And that's how you get the Dark Soul Shard and the Forbidden Scroll. Of course, you can't have the Alchemy Tower without getting the Alchemy Book. And I'm going to show you that right now. As you can see, we are at the balloon here at the Amber Island. We are going to be heading out this way, and if you look on your mini map up in the upper left corner, you will see that, well, we are riding a horse, but there is also another horse symbol. You are going to head towards that horse symbol because where you're going has another horse. I believe the horse's name is Champion, if you are interested in that kind of thing. But we are going to head to this horse, and the horse is located in the castle that is here in Amber Island. Now, as you are probably aware, the castle is pretty loaded with bad guys. There's a bunch of barbarians and such there, and just getting from the balloon to the castle, there are in fact many different monsters you're going to have to fight through if you were to make a straight line there. And most of the island itself is covered with lots of different monsters. So you are going to need to be careful here. Considering that this is technically a moderately dangerous island, I actually have the most difficulty when it comes to defeating the monsters in this area. As you can see, that's the castle we're going to. And so now we're going to take a quick turn to the left, and we're going to go around to that little wooden crossway there, the little bridge. And so let's come around. Forgive me for sniffing in your ear. All right, and so I have already cleared the way to the through all of this. So you're just for the purposes of this video, so I don't have to fight my way here and there, but you will have to fight your way to this location. All right, so we are going to come up to the gates right in here. Get off the Sophie, and we're going to go up. Now, the alchemy book is going to be at almost to the top. It's not quite the top of this great big castle, but it is very close. You're going to need to go up this. Oops, excuse me. You're going to need to go up these staircases for quite a ways. What you're looking for is a table with a bunch of gold coins next to it. Right there. Those are the gold coins. Here's the table. And here is the alchemy book. Your next step is fairly simple. You're just going to gather up all of the materials that you have just picked up using this tutorial here. You're going to come over to either the advanced workshop or to the basic workshop. Either one works because it still has the Alchemy Tower in both workshops. And then it's just a simple matter of hitting, craft and hitting build. And you build it, and then you can place it just like any normal building. And there is your Alchemy Tower. And in any case, guys, that's going to do it for this particular tips and tricks video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, do the liking and the subscribing and the commenting down below. You guys are absolutely fantastic fans, and I truly appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, everyone, always remember that anyone can be a mouse that roars, but it takes someone special to be a lion that squeaks. So embrace your inner lion and squeak on, and go build yourself an alchemy tower. This place is actually kind of cool. I won't spoil it for you. You guys can go check it out yourselves.